Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope you enjoy the topics I discuss. Please feel free to share and kindly remember to subscribe. Today I want to talk to you about exposure. This is a word that we are probably all too familiar with COVID being in the rounds. Since then, we've heard how to avoid exposure, how to reduce exposure, how to act once you've been exposed, which symptoms to look out for if you were exposed. We even learned about contact tracing when you were exposed and all kinds of things. And exposure is the thing that will reduce the risk of the virus spreading. But there are other things in life that we get exposed to that is almost like a virus once you've been exposed. Let me give you a simple example for one. The other day someone mentioned that they're driving a certain car, and I have never heard of that make. But ever since they told me about it, I see that car everywhere. And it's probably the same car that drove past me many times before on my way to school or the shop, and I never noticed it. But since I've been exposed to the brand, I suddenly notice it. Another example is, I grew up not very well informed when it comes to shoes. We basically had like shoes that you wear to work, shoes that you wear to church, and shoes that you wear for sport. That was basically the shoes I grew up with. Until I started working, and I worked with a lady that had a thing for shoes. She owned 75 pairs of shoes. To me, that's a lot. And I noticed how every single day she wears a different pair of shoes, and how it changes her complete outfit, her whole look, just because of the shoes she was wearing, and then obviously the accessories that went with it. And I started experimenting with this. And I saw that I could wear a plain black suit with a white shirt and put on red shoes with red earrings and a red handbag, and wear the exact same outfit tomorrow with pink or yellow accessories and shoes, and it would be like a brand new outfit. And then I was hooked. Suddenly I saw shoes everywhere, and it was like a whole new world opened up for me, and now I just saw the potential of shoes. Well, I got rid of that virus once my child was born, and my budget had to be reprioritized. But anyway, that's my point, is that world didn't exist to me until I was exposed to it. The same is in life with influence, and we try and teach our children to limit the exposure to wrong influences so that they don't fall in that trap and then struggle to get rid of it, because it's not easy to break a habit or get rid of the symptoms of bad influence or bad habits once you've been exposed to it. It's difficult. It's easier to learn a new one than it is to break one. So that's another example of how exposure can limit or increase your risk of the way that you live your life. With money, it's the same. When you have nothing, or a low salary, low income, try and remember your first job with your first salary, okay? You're exposed for the first time to money, and suddenly a whole world of opportunities and things you can buy and explore because you have money is available to you. If you make the wrong decision then, and you're exposed to the wrong way of spending your money, then it's going to be a bad habit that you're going to struggle to get rid of. And then, once your salary increases, once you get a better job maybe and you have more money, it's the weirdest thing that even the more money is suddenly not enough anymore, because you've been exposed to more things that you can buy. That higher salary opened up a whole new different chapter of things you can spend your money on. And it's addictive. After a while, even a raise, you don't even feel that extra cash because you just spent that money as well, because you've been exposed to more things you can spend it on. Advertising, media, walking in the shops, things you see. So be careful what you are exposed to. And once you're exposed to something, try and limit the risk of your exposure and ask yourself the question, is it really worth it to buy that thing? Are you going to be able to not buy it in the future? And if we can teach our children from a young age how to spend their money and expose them to good habits of money spending and not bad habits of debt creating, if we can expose them to all those right things, it'll be so much easier to reduce their risk of exposure.